Hi everybody, Brendan here from the Fatherhood Programme, the place where we celebrate the joy of fatherhood and all things paternal, and we love mums too. I have a small video I made with a friend of mine, Barry, a friend and a father, and during this video he shared, he's a very happy kind of a chap actually, but he shared some of his experiences and his journey as a father and as a football coach too, and he and I work together and we have a lot of fun together. The video unfortunately ended prematurely, something to do with the recording equipment, because I'm not IT savvy, but I think there's a few gems in there whereby Barry really shares his part of his journey and how difficult it was, and we had a few laughs with it as well. And he, to me, is the real hero, the father who quietly goes about his work with his own children, not his own children, but with other people's children as well, in terms of his coaching and so on. So I hope you find it helpful. I certainly enjoyed making the video with him, as you'll probably see now, and as ever in the Fatherhood Programme we always say we're all good enough mums, dads, and our children are good enough too. Thanks for watching. Hi everybody, Brendan Dennehy here from the Fatherhood Programme, the place where we celebrate the joy of fatherhood and all things paternal, and we love mums too. I'm joined this morning by a good friend and father, quiet fellow, Barry Fitzgerald. Takes himself very seriously, which is very important, as we all know in the Fatherhood Programme. Not. So Barry, you and I share a very small office together, don't we?
Yes, we do.
It gets very small at times. And you know what I'm trying to do here in the whole fatherhood thing. And the reason I'm interviewing you is that I think you're the model dad, actually.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Brendan. Yeah, let's start there.
Well, it's a great place to start. I think you are. You're not just a father to 3 boys and a grandfather, by the way. You're also coach to a lot of young fellas in the rugby club here.
That's true. Let's start off by saying we do have a huge role to play.
Yes.
You know, as a dad. Be present, be there for them,
yes.
Listen to them.
Yes.
Hear what they're saying. For me, being a coach and a dad, I suppose, giving them advice,
yes.
Good advice. Like I'm training 35 kids under 18 up in Cork.
And there's all manner of life?
Absolutely, from A to Z.
And there's parents who turn up with them? And
there's parents too involved, there's parents not involved.
Yes.
You know, I mean, ultimately, to give them that kind of advice for me anyway, to how to win.
Yes.
You know, and also how to lose.
Yes.
Which is some kids don't understand.
Sure.
So on a daily basis, I'm thinking of rugby, kids, been a dad, always been a dad, you know. I said I have 3 boys, so it's
what ages are they now?
They're under 20s. My eldest Ross, actually, Ross is 29, Dylan's 25, who's just moved back home from Australia.
Sure.
And my other child, Louis, has gone over to Australia since April. So I have a full house at home. But
the reason I chose you to be the first father in the car is that people are saying to me, hey Brendan, why don't you get some really famous guy in the car, you on up your profile and all that. But I think you, for me, typify the real fathers, the fellows who are not just great dads themselves, but are like father figures, in your case, in a rugby club. And they're up and down the country and they're everywhere, in soccer clubs and GA clubs, giving of their time. And you're you know, the harder the shell, the softer the centre. You come across as being a bit of a hard man.
I do, yes, of course.
But
I don't take myself seriously. We know that. We have a laugh every day in work.
Sure.
Okay. But there's no one perfect way to be a dad.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
I personally would love them to believe that I'm really trying. You know, I'm trying all the time.
Yes.
And it's hard, as I said, and like small little successes with them along the way. Only recently I got a call, and it was a voicemail from a good friend who I hadn't contacted for a while, and I apologised to him later.
We'll send him the video.
We sent him the video, please. And he said, hi Bar, he said, I've just missed your son in Tesco's, and I just want to say he's an absolute credit to you.
Yes.
You know, he said he had a big smile, handshake, engaging, asking questions, fit looking. That's kind of going, is he the wrong fella? I don't know what's going on.
No, that's your son.
That's my son.
Yeah.
And he said, just be proud of what you've achieved.
Absolutely.
And I kind of went, hit me like a brick. Yes. And I said, you know what? I must be doing something right.
Well, it hasn't been perfect, has it? It hasn't been perfect.
Absolutely hasn't been perfect.
For any of us.
No. I mean, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yes.
For that one. And for my second guy, I mean, I got called into school. I put him into private school, God forbid. I got a call nearly every week from the school. Can you come in? Let's talk about your child.
Again.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know.
And schools are great. They can't always cope either. They're doing their best as well. It's
absolutely. And let's not blame the school. I mean, I got my middle guy assessed. He was severely dyslexic.
Yes.
Also, he had to get a great title with a thing called Oppositional Defiant Disorder, ODD, odd.
That's just making your life hell.
That's summed them up perfectly.
But you were a little bit like that. We were a little bit like that when we were kids as well.
Undiagnosed, definitely. So when they said odd, I went, okay. But I mean, like, let's be fair, if you don't nurture a guy with Oppositional Defiant Disorder, it becomes conduct disorder. A lot of them are up in Cork prison.
Yes.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
Got called into the school for the 20th time. Oh, Mr. Fitzgerald, you know, we know what we have, and you know, he's lazy a bit.
Yes.
And just, you know, he's distracted and he can't remember anything. And I'm thinking, okay, and he's the only child in the school with a behavioural issue.
The only child.
700 kids.
That's quite a feat.
So I said, fabulous. That's just absolutely.
But that's
fabulous.
a good few years ago, wasn't it? And
that's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Brendan,
so
that's 10
has it got
years
better?
ago.
Do you think for kids in schools now? I think it might.
I hope so.
I think
I hope
it has,
so.
yeah.
I'm sure if you take a general population, 700 kids.
Yeah.
You're not going to find one guy with a behavioural issue. You know.
Yeah, you'll find a good percentage of them, in fact. Yeah.
Like, I then took him out of school into another school. He thrived in there. Went to work after that.
Yes.
Went to Australia, New Zealand, met a girlfriend.
Yes.
Have a child. Came back, living at home here since June.
And he's working hard.
Hard worker. Great dad, great son.
Yeah.
Great kid.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? So
you did a super job.
I did a super job. He did a super job.
Yeah.
The school missed out on a good kid.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
And you know where we always say here too in the Fatherhood Programme, we've obviously none of this happens without mums. And you and I, you just left my kitchen there, and you met two of my sons and my wife.
Fabulous.
And we both agreed that as men and fathers we're completely bonkers, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. None of it makes sense.
No.
We get cranky at Christmas. We're giving out about stuff. We complain. So they're seeing our kind of a front door face here, but we really are completely bonkers.
Absolutely.
But for all of that, we're trying to do our best, aren't we?
We are doing our best,
You and
Brendan.
I, and
you were. I mean, I've read your book. Okay,
Right.
let's get on a bit. Let's promote your book, right?
Well, you're one of the few people who did read it.
I did most of it. I read most of it. There's bits missing, but okay. I mean, I said you have a great message to give out there. Okay?
I hope so, yeah.
And I'm hoping by the end of it, like, I'm learning the whole time with you. I've been to your workshops.
Yeah.
I work with you every day.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, if I can pick up anything from that, like, I want a healthy self-esteem for my kids. I really want them to be able to be confident to stand up, confident to talk to a woman, confident to be in a room with older, younger people.
Yes.
You know, and you're saying that in the book. You're asking them, you know, to give us 3 questions. You know, what are you proud about your dad? You know, where do you see yourselves going forward?
Yeah.
What's your best memory? All those things.
Time with them,
and that's my next video. Will be me going away. I'm going to go away and come back with those answers.
Really?
You know,
Right.
I really found it hard to even think about asking them. I have got as far as there. I haven't asked them yet.
It's a bit spooky.
It's spooky, Brendan.
Yeah.
And me who will ask anything and say anything
Yes.
caught me off guard.
Well, there you go.
You know, and I kind of mumbled it and it didn't come out.
Yes.
So we'll start again.
Yes.
And come back with that, because
The great thing about asking the question of your children, any question of them, and in the Fatherhood Programme it's around what kind of a dad am I. The great thing about asking the question is whether they answer you or not, you've started a conversation.